Hello, I just noticed Spotify is muted for some reason, even though it is playing. It's very strange. Very weird how that's happening, huh? Strangely quiet. No background music. What's the deal? What is this? What's going on, Spotify? Chat. Oh man, chat is also not on screen. What the frick? Everything is broken. It's because I'm streaming on Thursday. Everything is broken here. Where the heck? Hold on. Where's this? Twitch chat. Properties. Stream elements overlay is not working. What the heck? Hold on. Is stream? It's working on my Mac. Maybe I need to reload the source. What the heck? Yeah, there's 2 days away. Everything's broken. Can I like reload this? Can I like, if I hide this and reopen it? It's not there. Oh no, YouTube chat. You know, when this VOD get exported, no one's gonna know what was said. They'll be like, I wonder what people were talking about. He's just out here talking to himself? Hold on. What if I switch scenes? If I go back to the waiting room, that chat box is also not there. Refresh is under preview. Under the preview, when I click the source. What? Enable preview. Okay. This thing. Oh yeah, this thing. Okay. Refresh. Test. It is not working. Does not appear to work. Okay. Well, hold on. Let me put some other music on. Everything is broken today. Here, we'll listen to the actual radio. Remember when this game had a radio? And we can listen to the radio. Check this out. Here, we adjust the, what was the station? Alright, we had lo-fi. We had different stations for lo-fi. Here, what about this one? That's something. Okay, let me pull up the screen on chat. Sorry, the chat on screen. I forgot how to talk. We have this here. Choose the window. We got the chat up there. Okay. Just make it large. Just make it so large that even YouTube in the VOD you can see it. Even here, right? No, this is... I don't understand. Hold on. Okay, first let me repeat. And by repeat, I mean greet. I forgot how to talk. I don't stream for 2 days and I forget how to talk. Let me greet people. Pull up the chat. Welcome Defint, welcome Stream Elements, Stanley, Yurga, Hamflow, Slime Molder, Nutritious, Hamp. It's a real one, right? Rojo Mild, Cole. I don't know. Okay, what if I copy the Stream Elements web view URL from my desktop, from my Mac, and then I paste it into this URL, because I'm pretty sure the URL is the same. However, what if it's not, you know? Hold on, let me get this chat. This one right here, Twitch chat. And then I Go to the properties. Wait, is it maybe, is it hidden? Did I hide it? No, it's there. It's showing. Choco D stare. Is that that's a new emote. What the? Tell me there's a new Choco Jacks emote. Okay, let me copy this and go into the properties. Let me paste this. Does not appear to be working. Okay, what if I just put the regular pop-out chat in here? Right, if I added a new browser source, Twitch chat temporary Twitch chat, and then I pasted that in there. Oh, what the heck? You have to sign up. You can't just... okay. Properties. What if I remove the UUID? Oh, this is like the manager pop-out. Hold on. What if I go to the regular chat pop-out? Twitch.tv/Walfas. And then I pause this, and then I go here, and then I pop out. Where is it? Switch to non-mod set. Where's pop out right there? Okay, if I go here, also welcome Zoe, and I go here, and I paste this one. Okay, it's not ideal, but kind of works. Hold on, and then I can go here. 350 by 500. We set this one to 350, 500. I'll put that over there. Is there like a better website for this? What do people use? I'll put this here. This is bad. This doesn't make any sense. Okay, close this. Can I hide this? The heck, man? I don't understand. Is that good? Okay, let me only like crop this off. Hold on. What if I hold on? What if I also welcome Denji? Hold on. Yeah, what if I make this larger? If I make this like, you know, 800. Also, thank you, Dip, for the bits. Hold on, and then to crop this off, you have to go like this, and like this. And can I like update the CSS to make it like transparent? I don't know. You know what? Whatever. This is it for now. We have enough time for this. Enough time trying to figure out why everything is broken. Anyway, my computer did restart. Remember last time when I like turned on my PC and then like 5 minutes later it restarted itself? It did the same thing today. I turned on my PC for 10 to 15 minutes and then it just turned itself off. So maybe that's related. Also, welcome Genie. The curse, yeah, this is unusual. Thursday fishing? Strange. Anyway, I guess I'll figure that out some other time. I might also need to update OBS. This one I think is very old. It has not been updated in a while. Every time I turn it on, it's like, please update OBS. And I'm like, I don't really feel like it. But I should, probably, at some point. Anyway, so I've returned. I don't normally stream fishing on Thursday, but I am doing that today because I didn't stream the last 2 days. And the reason for that is because I went to the office on at least one of those days. Welcome, Tag Barrel. Hope all of you enjoy touching grass. Don't have any in this temperature, so I have to touch dirt. You don't have grass. I didn't physically touch actual grass, but I was outside. I did touch a desk. I did touch some tables, some food. Welcome, Bone Miser. What is outside like? It's alright. Okay, so Tuesday, 2 days ago, I was in the office. It was good. I had the given lunch. You know, the office provides lunch. It was like they had, what is this? Some kind of pork thing. They had mashed potatoes. They had something called soda bread. I don't actually know what that is. You know, I'm gonna look it up. I'm wondering what that was. After I catch this fish, I will look it up and tell you all. What the heck is soda bread? They had that in the office. It's kind of like, it's not like cornbread. I thought it was like, would be kind of sweet, but it wasn't. Anyway, that was good. Went to the office. The temps drop below 0 C every night. Plants don't like that. Not even the grass. It's messed up. Okay, I failed to catch a fish. It was very promising for my first day back to not catch a fish. Isn't there bread made with chemical leavener? I will look it up right now. It's made with baking soda instead of yeast. Oh, maybe that's what it is. That would make sense. I looked it up. Or sorry, I didn't look it up. I was like, what is this? I will look it up now. Let's see. Leavener. Leavener is pronounced leavener? Hold on. Soda bread. Irish soda bread? Is this like a thing that's common in Ireland? Irish soda bread. Okay, all of these say Irish. So maybe the cuisine for the day was Irish food? Anyway, it's pretty good. Okay, the bread was alright, but the, you know, the meat is pretty nice. Hold on, is the music kind of loud? Feels kind of loud. No, it's fine, I think. It's served for St. Patty's and no other time of year. Oh, maybe that's what it was. Isn't St. Patrick's Day like soon? Or is it coming up? Let me check. When is St. Patrick's Day? March 17th. Oh, okay. So that's probably what it was then. It was probably an Irish themed meal that they had in the office. And I guess soda bread is a common thing. Anyway, they had soda bread. They had either, I forget if it was lamb or pork. Some kind of meat. They had mashed potatoes and some other thing. They had potatoes besides mashed potatoes. They had I forget. They had something. It says the Irish had bad flour back in the day that didn't rise properly using yeast, so they had to use something else. I see soda. You all remember that Irish potato famine? Also, welcome Props Not Jack. That was good. What else did I do on Tuesday? I was in the office. There was a meeting, you know, a lot of people in one room listened, and then there were like no desks. You know, the thing about going into the office is that like you want to go there to talk to your team. However, there were no assigned seats. So you would just go into the office and then like you find out where your team is, find out they're all sitting separately. And then you're like, let's go to a different floor. And then we went to like another floor and there was like no one there. And we sat there, it was very quiet. But our team was sitting there. Did I also welcome Namington? Did you know the population of Ireland has still not recovered to where it was before the potato famine? I did not know that. That is good to know. You have your own cube. But are your team members around the cube? Anyway, it's weird because like I have 2 coworkers that are hybrid, right? They were not hired as remote. And they go to the office sometimes, but the funny thing is that they don't know that the other person is even in the office. As like, you know, I went into the office and they were like, oh, what floor do you normally sit on? And they're like, I don't know, I normally just move around. And I'm like, isn't that kind of weird that you both go to the office and you don't even see each other? Doesn't that defeat the purpose of like going to the office? You don't even talk to your team. You're not even aware that your other team members are there. But I guess that was just how things are. But I think I messed up something. I think the VR boundary in my room is weird. If I move over here, oh, never mind, it's fine. We yell and they hear us when they're in the office. Are they close to where your thing is? Don't know. But yeah, we went to the office. Go to the office so your boss can feel powerful. But like, my manager's not even in the office. She is remote. It's more like the HR is the one that wants to feel in control. But anyway. We had the lunch, and then... what else did I do? I don't even remember. It was just a lot of like... socializing, I guess. I guess that was the point of doing an in-office gathering, is to just socialize. Had some in-person meetings. And then for dinner, we went to a Thai restaurant. And it was actually very good. We had free food, that's right, I didn't pay for it. The company would pay for whatever we ordered. And so everyone, we had like sort of like a budget, and you know, I ordered the most expensive one. not the most expensive thing, but like I ordered something that was much more expensive than I would have. It was like a $30 thing. What did I eat? I had a pad see ew with duck, crispy duck. It was like $30. I normally would not order that. I think like the regular that I ordered with duck, the one without duck, I think the one that had just like pad see ew with chicken was just like, it's still expensive. It was like $20. But then I saw the one with duck was like $30, and I'm like, well, I'm not paying for this, so I'm just gonna order. And then I did. It was really good. It was like a ton of food. We ordered a lot of appetizers as well, and when it arrived here, we were like, that's like a lot of food. We had curry puffs. We had, what is it, chicken satay or whatever, however you pronounce it. That was nice. We had other coworkers ordered other things. I don't know what they were, but it looked really fancy. It arrived and I was like, this looks expensive. And it probably was. And then normally, like when I go to restaurants, I don't normally get drinks. Because like most of the time it's alcoholic. But then there was like a non-alcoholic menu and they had some drinks. And I was like, okay, I guess maybe I'll order something. And it was like a kiwi something. Some kind of kiwi drink. It was actually pretty good. The first sip I had of it, I was like, this is really sour. But then I sipped it a bit more. And I was like, this is kind of nice actually. Chicken satay is good, like to eat with Thai cucumber salad. I think they had that. They had like a peanut dipping sauce of some sort. And they also had, I think, the cucumber salad thing. I don't know if it's a cucumber salad. It's like, it had cucumbers in it. It was like a kind of dipping thing. It's like a little bit sour. But it was good. It was like a lot of food. And I think all of the people, all of the other coworkers did not actually finish their meal. I finished mine though, and I was very full. And then there were like curry puffs left over, so I took them home. And ended up being about like, if we look at the final price including tip, it was like what, like we had 5 people and it was like $400 something. So we had like a budget of like $100 per person or something. And so, you know, we went pretty close to the limit. It was good though. We talked about things. Most people on the team were not social, much like myself. It's kind of just like, you know, let's think of discussion topics. If you were to do this thing, what would you do? There was like an interesting question that was like, if you could replace the role of one person with 2 people anywhere in the world, who would it be? You know, if you could replace like a president with like a janitor, and the janitor would be the president. I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. $80 a plate. It wasn't actually, it wasn't 80 a plate. It was like, it was including drinks and the appetizers. But it was pretty expensive. I think if I total like the price of my things specifically, I had the pad CU, which was like 30. I had like a drink, which was like 10 to like $12 or something. And then the appetizers, I don't know how much that cost. But I think my personal cost would have been like maybe like 50 something. And then I guess there's a tax and tip on top of that. So like maybe like 60 total for what I ordered. 65 or 70. But you know, I didn't pay for it, so that's good. Corporate budget can be nice. So true. I think it was budgeted for like 3 days. But since I was only there for 1 day, and most people were also only going out for 1 day, we were like, yeah, let's just go all out. Food expenditures is a drop in the bucket compared to daily operating costs. So true. When I see like the bill for like Google Cloud Platform spinning up like instances and like all this database stuff, I'm like, that is expensive. The food that we ate is like not even that much. If you could replace your coworkers with superior talent, who would you replace them with? I like my coworkers. Everyone's pretty nice. We had conversations about things. We were like, what about the return to office policy? They're like, if there was a thing you could choose to get rid of at the company. And I was like, the return to office. And everyone was like, heck yeah, we should get rid of that thing. We talked about it, and it was like, everyone's upset. But, you know, nice time bonding with teammates. It's pretty cool. And then took the subway home. My go-to conversation topic is complaining about commutes and traffic. Shared suffering. It's a very, very relatable thing. I think the first thing that I talked about when I went into the office, my coworker was like, oh yeah, how was your commute? And then I talked about my commute, and he's like, man, that sucks. And it sure does. Going into office for a personal reason or for events like this is fun. Going to the office because you have to, it sucks. Yeah, right? That's what I think. Like, I don't mind going to the office for like, you know, team exercises, team lunch, team dinner. That stuff is cool. But going there to just do work, it's not for me. It's also because like people that do go to the office, they don't even interact with each other in the office. I mean, they're there. I think one of my coworkers was like, when I go to the office, I just find like a quiet place and just work from there. And they're not even aware of where their other teammates are. They don't even talk in the office. It's funny because I feel like they talk online, on Slack, more than they do when they're both actually in the office. Welcome, Ola. Team exercises, we go to the office to do 30 squats. They do have a gym in the office. Well, not like a full gym, just like a room that has some equipment. It's not really like a big room. But there is some amount of fitness activity in there. And I guess you could choose to do exercise there if you wanted to. Yeah, Jim. There's probably someone named Jim. I would be surprised if there was no one in the company named Jim. You think that's likely? There's probably some startups that don't have a gym in them. But I would assume any Western company of sufficient size should have at least one person named Jim. It'd be very unusual if there was none. Fish on the line. It's fine. It was built for this. Look at this. Here it is. Bam. The first fish to be caught today. Can't tell how far into the stream we are. It's like 5:30. 30 minutes in, we've caught a fish. How do you feel Jim feels when he changes into his gym shorts? I don't know. I'm not equipped to answer that question. It's probably fine. He's probably used to it. I don't know if I've ever worked with someone named Jimmy, now that I think about it. Or like Jim or Jimmy. Trying to recall. Have I worked with anyone named Jim? Jimothy. Or Jimmy. James? I've definitely worked with some Jameses. It's weird that Jimmy/Jim is a shortened version of James. Not a shortened version, but like a nickname. Right? Isn't that weird? How is Jim James? Strange. You know, there's some people named Robert. Makes sense that it would be shortened to Rob. But like James and Jim? Those are like totally different. These sound a little bit similar, but they're pretty different. Anyway. Good time. I feel like I didn't walk that much actually on Tuesday. However, when I got home, I was like, my legs were like really tired. I was very sore. And then on the second day, I was walking to the office. I was like on my commute. And hold on, the way Russians abbreviate give nicknames is insane. Alexander turned into Sasha. How does that work? How do abbreviations work in general? I don't know. Anyway, on the second day, I was walking to the office, and then I was like going up the stairs in the train station. Why is this song so loud? I feel like every time this song comes on, it's like super loud. Change the station. Okay, lo-fi volume 2. So yesterday, I was like going to go to the office. I was like really tired. I woke up and I was like, I don't really want to do this. I was going up the stairs at the subway station, and then like I tripped. I was like, hold on, let me illustrate this. I was at like the top of the stairs, and let's try and get a JS Paint. It was like this, right? Here's the stairs. And then this is like, you know, the subway station. The subway's like over here. Right. I was like going up the stairs. I didn't like fall into the tracks or anything. But, like I was here, right? And then right, it's like strange. I was like so tired. It was strangely hard to walk up these stairs for some reason. And then welcome Ranmu. And then I guess there was like a wall here. But then like right at the top of the stairs, I tripped, and then like I was like, oh shoot, holy frick. And then I was like sitting on the floor. It's like, oh man. And it was like weirdly hard to get up. Has this ever happened to you all? It's like, you know, like when you trip and you fall. Even though it wasn't that big of a fall, it gets like it's like really hard to stand up sometimes. It's like, you know, the impact or whatever. So I was just like sitting on the floor. It's like, man, how am I gonna get up? Whoops. Yeah, just sitting there. I think a similar thing happened the last time I went to the office. Last time I went to the office, we were like taking, or 2 times ago we went to the office. We were taking a ferry, right? And I think on that day, that was the first time I went to the office. We were on a ferry, and before that, I found out they had standing desks in the office, so I spent the entire day at a standing desk. And, you know, if you haven't used a standing desk in a while, once you do it, your leg gets so tired. So the first time I went to the office, we were taking a ferry somewhere, and then like the boat moved. It was like rocking really, really fast. And then I tripped as well. And then I was on the floor. And there was also a very similar thing where I was like, man, it's like really hard to get up. But this is kind of like that. I think it's because I was like too tired from yesterday. Never happened to me, but I heard it can be an issue with blood flow. I think it's because I don't walk that much. I think my sedentary lifestyle has finally caught up to me. Anyway, I was there sitting, and then it's like some trains passed by, and then like an old man and a lady helped me get up. But then I was just like, you know what? I don't feel like going to the office. I was just like really tired. So I just walked home. But before, okay, it was only an issue with stairs though. I could walk fine. It was only like, if I had to go upstairs, it was like really tired. So, instead of taking the next train, I just turned around and I was like, I'm gonna go home. And then I went shopping. I went, did some grocery shopping. Bought some cheese. You know how expensive cheese is nowadays? I didn't realize this. Cheese, it's like $5 for like one of those Kraft Singles 16 packs. It's like $4.50 something cents. It's time for Ring Fit. That's what I'm thinking. Get a Peloton. I'm thinking, like, since I spend all my time not doing exercise, it's been a long time since I've done Ring Fit Adventure. And I feel like if I do need to go to the office soon, like after the return to office thing, I probably should, like, actually do exercise for once, because, like, that was really concerning to me. I was like, oh man. I remember like many times in the past when I've like tripped on something, like sometimes in the winter, right? Sometimes there's like ice on the floor. There have been times when I tripped on the ice, but I was able to get up perfectly fine. I had issues, other issues where I've tripped. It was no problem getting back up. For whatever reason, this time and like the last time, it's like really hard. So I'm like, okay, maybe once my legs stop being so tired, I will do some Ring Fit Adventure. I'll get back into it and actually, you know, stop being so sedentary with my lifestyle. It's like, you know, you ever see those ads for like old people that are like, help, I've fallen and I can't get up? Like, people sometimes make fun of those ads, but I was like, in those situations, I understood. I was like, I see. Sometimes you fall and it's hard to get up. And now I finally understand what it's like to be in such a situation. I'm not even that old, you know? That's how it is. But I was wondering, like, for people that live in places where you don't walk that much, like in California, right? Everyone has a car. They just drive where they need to go. They don't tend to walk that much. Do they have like a similar thing? Where like when they have to walk upstairs, they feel like it's hard to do? Any Californians out here? have issues walking upstairs. I think like some people from like other parts of the country, when they visit New York and they have to walk around a lot, they're like, oh man, I'm not used to this much walking. Is it like that? Can anyone relate to this? I don't know. It's a thing I thought about. Just a thing I've considered. Whether other people have a similar thing. Anyway. And then I went home. Oh, I went to Subway. When I was walking back, I went to Subway and ordered a meatball marinara sub. It was alright. The counter to that is very few people that need to drive only stay indoors all the time. You have to walk to and from the car. I guess it depends what they're doing, right? I think it's like I only had issues walking up those stairs after I've been walking around a lot. Cause like there are stairs in my house and I have no issue walking up and down those stairs. But I think the issue is that like I walk to the train station before then and it's like a 10-minute walk, which is not that far, honestly. But I think due to me not walking for long periods of time, it's like enough that it gets tiring to walk up those stairs. That's how it is. Very few people that need to drive only stay indoors. There's certain stairs that have different measurements, which makes them hard to scale. Yeah, I was like wondering about that as well. It's like, is it also the material that the stairs are made of? Because like the stairs in the train station, they're like metal. Or they're not, I don't know if they're metal, but they have like I think they might be metal. Is it that those are harder to walk on than like wooden stairs? Is this true? Has anyone considered this? It's also like the steepness of the stairs. Like maybe because the stairs in my house are just like the same height every time. You know, like your legs, maybe they get used to walking on certain certain types of steps. You know, like what if the stairs in your house are all like this? And then suddenly you go on a different set of stairs and it's like this. You think your legs are just like, I don't understand this. How does that work? Stairways have a variant in angles. What does that mean? What kind of angles? They're more slippery. Must be between 30 and 45 degrees. Oh, you mean like from here to there? Yeah, the variance. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe something like that. Anyway, it was concerning enough for me that I was like, I should be exercising. I've not started yet because I'm still tired. Maybe this weekend or like tomorrow or something, I'll play some Ring Fit Adventure. And then I'll be like, I am so tired from this. Haven't done Ring Fit Adventure in a really long time. And then part of me was like, maybe it's better that I don't, like, you know how I always say I should go to Japan at some point again? Now I'm like, when I go to Japan, there's like a lot of walking. Maybe like if I did go to Japan, it would not be the best idea if I didn't like exercise beforehand, right? I'd feel like, oh man, I'd love to go to Japan, and then I go back despite having not been there for like 5 years and not having exercised at all. And then I go there, and then like, what if I just trip and fall and everything? I'm like, I'm gonna go up the stairs and I'm gonna be so tired. Like in Japan, if you go to like Kyoto, there's like a lot of shrines and temples. I'd be like really tired. I'm gonna need you to make a swole Wolfie model. Is this not already swole? It's like exercising before a marathon The marathon being a culmination of the effort. It's to be exercising so you can go on a walk in Japan. It is true. It's like back then when I would go to Japan, right? It was back when we used to work in an office. So I did a lot of walking back then. I also played Ring Fit Adventure back then. I was like much more much more active, much more fit. And then COVID happened and I spent all my time indoors. And I don't know. Weighted VR controller. Should book a flight for the end of the year to motivate myself more. No. I don't know. At some point, maybe. I mean, if they're gonna make us go back to the office, I'm gonna have to do it anyway. I'm gonna have to exercise because otherwise, I'll be afraid of going upstairs. I think it hasn't really been an issue the past few times I've gone outside because I didn't go outside more than one day in a row. I think that's what the issue was. Also, welcome Cryptic Command. It was like we would go out one day, and then like I'd be tired at the end of the day, but then that'd be it, right? I'd be staying at home the next day. The issue here is like I was already tired from the first day, and then the second day, like my legs have not recovered, and then I just trip. But I don't know. That's something. Just a thing to consider. Anyway, I went to Subway. I ordered a meatball marinara sub. I had not been to Subway in years. And so I didn't realize how much the prices have increased. Remember when $5 footlong used to be a thing? Imagine a world where you could purchase an entire Subway like footlong sub for like $5. Also, welcome Choco Jacks. I ordered a meatball marinara yesterday. It was like $10, which actually is like pretty cheap if you consider like other places, other food. But like, man, $10. Almost 15. What the? Has anyone been to Subway recently? We do be living in society. When I got it. And then when they toasted the sub, the marinara was like, there wasn't that much marinara. So I was like, could you add some more of that marinara sauce? And then they did. And then when I got home to eat it, it was like soggy. Because I think there was too much marinara sauce. It's like, I see. I understand why they don't add a lot of marinara sauce. Because it just makes a whole sandwich really soggy. Anyway, it was fine. It was okay. My own hubris. It's true. This time was 1 or 2 years ago. When was the last time I went? Like, besides yesterday, I feel like the last time I've been to Subway is probably... Well, definitely pre-pandemic. It's definitely been at least 5 years. Isn't it weird to think that 2019 was 5 years ago? I was thinking about this the other day. I was like, last time I went to Japan, that was like 5 years ago. That was like that's more than 5 years ago, actually. It was like 2018. And that's like 6 years ago. That's more than half a decade. Can you believe this? COVID 2019, which wasn't really a thing until 2020, but let's say it was 2019. That was half a decade ago. What the frick? Time sure has changed. Crazy talk. And it was like, 5 years since I've done any sort of like regular walking around. Want to take a bath? You could do it right now. You could go into that waterfall right now. Anyway, And then I went home, and then we had like an online sort of, like, you know, they had, it was an in-person thing, but then they also had stuff for people that were virtual. And so we did like this workshop where they talked about something work-related, like conflicts, something like that. I don't know. And then what? That's pretty much it. And then technically, like, Thursday was also a day where people would go to the office, but I only committed to 2 days, so I didn't go into the office today. I didn't even try to go into the office today, because I had already said I was only going Tuesdays and Wednesday. But, anyway, didn't get too much work done, which I guess is expected. You know, when you have like a big gathering of people, you kind of assume that everyone's just gonna be like doing social stuff, team bonding exercises, etc. So I didn't do too much today. Didn't get too much done the past 3 days. But it was cool. Yesterday I technically could have streamed because I was at home before 5. But I was tired, so I didn't feel like it. So instead of streaming yesterday, I just played a lot of Balatro and tuned into some streams. That was it. That was my past 2 days. We sometimes code or test procedure reviews during in-office days. No, this wasn't just like an in-office day. It was like a gathering. It's kind of like a rare thing, right? It's like not a specified day where you go into the office, but it was like, you know, even people that were remote, they would pay them to fly into New York. So one of my team members is in California, and he flew in, and I got to meet him. I mean, I already met him before, because the last time I went to the office, he was also there. But yeah, this was like a gathering of everyone. Not everyone, but like the extended team. Yeah, the shiny Pokemon. The rare Pokemon. Yeah, Balatro. Balatro. No one truly knows how it's pronounced. Namai is here as well. Welcome. I don't remember if I welcomed you. I definitely saw your message. And then in my head I welcomed you, but I don't know if I really did. Yeah, that's why work was not expected to be done. Because, you know, it's like, you know, you're just there to socialize, to meet with people you don't normally meet with. Yeah, put their face to their Slack profile picture. I don't use, like, my IRL photo, like, anywhere. Not even at work. I just have, like, an avatar. It's like a pixel art thing. Bal. Rat. Retro. One of my... Actually, what do you all have as your avatar on Slack? Do you all, like, use your IRL photo? Some people have, like, their dog as their photo. I think that's cool. Or some people have, like, a photo of them with their dog. The default blank one, that's also true. You could have the default avatar, which is like, you know, it's usually like a circle, and it has like, hold on, let me draw. It's usually like the circle, and then they have like, it's like this, right? Hold on. Usually the default, something like this. Is this you, Cole? Is this you? This is your avatar? It's either this, or like they have the thing that just has your initials. So it's like, you know, W. It's like one of those. You used to have your initials with my team's profile. I don't have a Slack, so that's no biggie. I'd probably take a picture of a nettle. What's that? When I used to use Slack, I think we had a little doodle or something. I forgot. Yo, what if it was Choco J Dog? I switched to a professional picture of myself from 6 years ago. Do you have like one of those professionally taken headshots? It's like when you go on LinkedIn, people have like a professional photo of themselves. It's like, man, the quality of this is so high. I don't have any like professional photos of myself. I pick a different one based on the mood that very moment when I get a new job. It's also possible. You're audio only, so you cannot tell. Wait, what? Cole, are you one of those people that also doesn't use the camera on like Zoom calls? Just like me, just like what I used to do. Back in the day, I would just not have my my webcam on. But now I do. Oh, for this stream. Oh, sorry. Audio only. I see. You're listening. I understand. Webcam sometimes. Yeah, rat. What if you had a rat as your profile picture? If I'm job searching again, I may consider it. To get a professional headshot. Do you think that makes much of a difference, though? You think having like a professional photo on LinkedIn causes recruiters to be like, we gotta hire this guy. Look at his photo. It's so the lighting is so good. Also, welcome Capluche. A lot of people get really nice photos done. It's true. Using the camera is a waste of bandwidth and energy. Yeah, I feel like it's not necessary most of the time. But like sometimes it does make it easier to tell what they're saying, right? Especially if someone's mic quality is not that good. It's like when they're saying something and you could like map what they're saying to their mouth movements, sometimes it's easier to tell their intent with like what they're trying to say. But I feel like it doesn't make too much of a difference. Props Not Jack says, none of my team uses camera on. Yeah, I think the company I worked at for 7 years, before COVID, once COVID started being a thing and then we had to do like remote conferencing, I think no one used their webcam, including myself. And then when like new team members joined and they were used to working remotely, they would have their webcam on. And then like I think once they noticed that everyone else didn't have their webcam on, they stopped turning on their webcam. And then there was like a whole thing where like our manager was like, hey, we'd love to get some more people turning their webcams on. That'd be cool. But no one did it. That's how it is. And there's that one company, that one project manager who joined during pandemic, and on his last day he was like, hey Wolfie, I do never actually have your webcam on, so I don't actually know what you look like. Be cool if, you know, it's my last day, I would like to actually see what you look like. And I was like, oh yeah, that's true. It is true, we've worked together for 6 months and you don't know what I look like. It's valid. And then I turned my webcam on and he was like, oh okay, that's what you look like. It's cool. It's like, if I ever see you in New York, we should hang out. And in my mind, I was like, that's unlikely, but sure. Definitely. Yeah, that was the thing though. Not that it improves the odds, it's just easier for folks I haven't caught up to remember who this person was. It's also true. It's like when you see their icon and you're like, I don't know who this person is. If I see them in the office, I don't know who that is. The company put out a thing about everyone having to use webcams, we never followed it. And I guess it's like, it's enforced on a per team level. It's like, if your team doesn't do it, there's no reason to. Also, I'm gonna hydrate. It is that time again. Alright, I've hydrated. Props on Jack said, a high school friend added me on LinkedIn. Only reason I remember was their profile picture. So their name was different. That is also true. It's like if you've worked with people and you haven't talked to them in years, and like you don't really you don't really work with them that much, you're like, I don't remember who this person is. It is true. The other day I was browsing the Fediverse and I saw a post along the lines of, I reunited with a childhood friend after many years. It took us multiple weeks to realize because we both transitioned in the meantime. I thought that was beautiful. It's valid. Very cool. I'm like, I don't know who this person is. Who is this? Actually, there's also I talked about this on the subway ride home with like one of my coworkers. We shared part of the same commute, but I was like, we're talking about how like if you see someone on like if you only know them from like a voice call / Zoom call or whatever, you don't actually know what they're like, because like sometimes you can't tell that someone's like really tall in real life. One of my coworkers, like if you see him on Zoom, he just looks like, you know, like a normal guy. I mean, he still is a normal guy, but he's like a very tall normal guy. He's like 6 feet something, but you don't get that impression on like the webcam. You know, there's no sense of height. And then when you meet him in real life, he's just like, whoa, what the? You're like really tall. And like there was a time, I think in one of my previous companies, where like one of the CTOs or like CEOs or someone was apparently like really buff. You couldn't really tell from his webcam because like it's usually like, you know, like from shoulder up. But then I think the first time the team met him in real life, they were like, what, this guy is freaking like muscular. He's like bodybuilder type status. And then they were so surprised. I did not meet him because I refused to go to the office. It was like during the peak of COVID. And much of the team was visiting New York, but they're like, "Hey, you're in New York, right? We could have like a team get together." I was like, "No, no, I'm not doing that." Even though I am in New York, everyone else flew in from like other parts of the country, and me as a local, I was like, "I'm not going." And I refuse, and it was fine. I don't know. Wolfie looks like I've been here for 2 years. I'm literally right here. This is literally... That's me. Also, welcome, Resetter. Tall people are not normal. I think they're normal. In many ways, they are normal. They may be more normal than we are. Than everyone. A lot of times the clothes really hide the muscles. Yeah. But it's like, you know, when you're like on a webcam, you can't really tell, usually. I guess you can sort of tell, like if you look at, like a lot of muscular people have like really large necks, like it is really thick. I don't know, you don't get the full extent of how muscular they are until you see them in real life. But yeah, there's that. Different aspects of online communication that don't reflect well. And I think that's part of why like HR is pushing so hard to get people to come into the office. It's like, we need some more in-person connection. Although you all work well remotely, we need to connect in real life to really understand each other. And I'm like, that's stupid. But also, like, I guess that kind of makes sense. Like, you know, hanging out with coworkers in real life is like get to socialize more. I just don't like going to the office. The most abnormal people are those that neither very tall nor very small. From being average, there's no way to build characters. What do you think is the most average height? Especially over there. I find meetings in real life more productive. You get to just whisper to your coworkers without a paper trail. It's also true. Like when we were having the team dinner, it was like we'd talk about The Office, about like what we didn't like about The Office. It was fine. Our manager wasn't there. Could say whatever you wanted. I even told them. They were like, man, it's unfair that you, parentheses me, was switched to being like hybrid even though you were hired to be remote. And I was like, that's so true, right? They were very sympathetic. And they're like, I sure hope we get to change, like, so like my manager said that she filed an HR ticket to hopefully change my my in-office status from having to come in 2 times a week to change it to one time a week. And they're like, I really hope that gets through because it was really unfair. And then I was like, yeah, totally. If I was, hey, look, the bear is there. If it is 2 times a week, I was like, I'm literally just gonna look for another job. They're like, man, that sounds awful. But yeah, you know, there's some sense of trust that you can get in real life that you can't really get as easily, just like on Slack, because you know everyone's watching Slack, right? The admins all have access to your Slack history, so you know you don't want to say everything on Slack. In person, you can say whatever you want. They have no record of it. Everyone can express how unhappy they are with the return to office policy. Yeah, right. 2 times is too many. 1 time, maybe, is fine. Average is 5'9". Let's see. Surely they don't. They're probably not monitoring like every channel. But like if they really wanted to, they probably could. Whether they're actually doing it, I don't know. Anyway, I like when you can like sort of trust your coworkers a little bit, to some extent. Trust them enough to talk about, you know, performance reviews and things you don't like. They pulled the VOD. They don't even, I've never even said where I worked. They have no way to trace this back to me. IT guys do not want to do that. No, I don't mean like IT, like HR. I don't imagine the IT guys care enough to snoop on other people's chat histories. HR might, maybe. If they sense that people are unhappy about things, I don't know. At the end of the day, they must somehow think it makes the company more money. I feel like it would cost them more, though. It would cost more to have to like do in-office catering so much, to like hold office events. There's like a loss of productivity as well. There's more like, you know, commuter benefits that you then have to start paying for. Stuff like that. I don't know. They think it's probably worth it. I think a lot of it is just because like other companies are doing it. Right, when you hear about like Facebook or whatever, Google, Apple doing return to office, they're just like, they're doing that, we should do this. If they're doing it, we gotta do it. When red flags start popping up on scanners and data protection things, we get interested really fast, but at that point you're clearly doing stuff you were not supposed to do. Scanners. What do you mean by scanners? Red flags? What the? I don't know. Anyway. Actually, I did apply to another, I think last week, it might have been on Friday. I submitted 1 application for like a remote position for another place. And I was, you know, typically when you apply somewhere, you don't really expect a prompt response. But like, I think on Monday, I received a rejection already. And I was like, wow, they were so fast with this. At least they were like fast with it. At least they didn't like ghost you for like several months. I was like, man, they're so efficient at the rejections. Every company should be like that. If they're not interested, I feel like my salary expectations were too high. It's like typically when you apply, they ask like, what is your expected salary range? And I was just like, I put this value, and maybe they saw it and they're like, this is too much. Even though that salary range was in the range they listed on the website, it was on the upper end, but maybe they were already like, we want someone who is willing to accept the middle of the salary range. I don't know. Data loss prevention. What is that? I've seen that in some job titles. The 2 month later guys are because you weren't first pick. Oh, you mean like, yeah, I think they had a guy earmarked. Like they were already considering another candidate. I don't know. That could also be a thing. It was fast though. It's quite fast. I don't know what those acronyms are. ITAR, ASML. It's like pretty close to ASMR, but not the same. I'm gonna assume it's totally unrelated to that. I have not heard of ASML. I don't know what ITAR is. Information technology are real. They are so real. Software engineering. Security is boring. You're using products that were made using ASML machines. I do not know what that is. Semiconductor fab machines. Let me look this up. Oops, oh no, the screenshot was taken. ASML. Here's my approximate zip code, by the way. ASML Holdings, semiconductor company in the Netherlands. The world supplier to the semiconductor industry. I have not heard about this. I do not know very much about what this is. American Semiconductor Machine Language. No, this is it's a Dutch multinational corporation founded in literally 1984. I see. What does it stand for? Advanced Semiconductor Materials Lithography. Light machines. They should make heavy machines. These things are too light nowadays. Anyway, yeah, literally 1984. Can you believe? Literally established then. They're huge, and yet they're light. Explain this. How can they be huge and light? It makes no sense. Anyway, I've only applied to one other place, or like that one place. So, I guess I'm like waiting to see if I have to come into the office once a week versus twice a week before I start applying to other places. But I probably should just start applying to other places because it does take a while for them to actually get through the applications. But also, there's like not as many relevant job openings nowadays. Compared to the last time I was doing a job search, there's like not too many places looking for Rust developers. And I think also like a lot of places have been doing layoffs recently, so hiring is probably not as big of a thing now. All I know is you can get pulled into working with ASML if you are attending a university in Eindhoven. I don't even know where that is. The way they create extreme ultraviolet light is totally insane, but they are the only ones that have been able to. Let's see. I've not heard of any of this stuff. I was not even aware. I guess because like I don't deal with hardware that much. I mean, I guess literally we do deal with hardware because we're like writing the software that runs on hardware. Like I don't have to think about like what chips it's using. That's a monopoly. Dang. I don't know. There's many things out there. Variety of places that I could apply to. But the thing that I'm worried about with like applying to companies is that like I don't know if I'm going to enjoy working on the team, you know? Like I do really like the team that I'm working on. Everyone, all my coworkers are really nice. Possibly like the nicest team I work with that I enjoy working with. The work culture is also really nice besides the return to office policy. There's like surprisingly like not really many deadlines in the company. Like, you know, like I've always worked at companies that they've all had like sprints, you know? 2-week sprints. You're like assigned a ticket and you're expected to get it done by the end of the week or whatever. The end of 2 weeks. You do planning every few weeks to determine like how much time to spend on something. But like the current company that I work on, well, not the company, but like the team, is like we don't even have planning meetings. We don't even like, there's no deadlines. It's just like, here's the thing we can work on. Just figure it out. Just do it. And then if it takes like a month, that's fine. If it takes like 2 weeks, it's fine. It's like really laid back. It's great. How do you know what to do? Okay, we don't do weekly plans. We don't do like bi-weekly plans. We do like, I think every quarter, we just have like a vague sort of like list of things we would like to get done that quarter. And then it's just up to us to determine how we want to do it. And then we make tickets once we are actually ready to work on it. We don't have like a backlog. Okay, we have like a really small backlog of tickets. But in all the places that I've worked on, or that I've worked at, we would have like a a Jira ticket backlog that was like hundreds of tickets long. And then we have meetings where we like look over tickets and determine if we actually need to do them or whatever. And they're like, we're not getting to this. You'll have tickets that are like 2 years old in there. And then at some point we just start removing them. Like, we're not doing this. But like, the team that I'm on, we don't even have really a backlog. We have like maybe like 10 tickets in there, and they're all like very recent, which is nice. Yeah, Post Scrum sounds like a bank or an older company. No, I don't know. I mean, I do know what the company is, but I will not give more details because then you could find out where I work. My team does planning, but it's more about trying to estimate when it will be done, not to set hard deadlines. Yeah, there's not many deadlines. Which is nice. It's good working here. This is like the largest company I've worked at though. Like all the places I've worked, the tech side of the company is like pretty small. This one, when we had like our in-person gathering, I was like, whoa, there's like a lot of people. This isn't even like the whole engineering team. I was like, when I went into the office, like the auditorium was full, and I was like, what the frick? There's like this many people? Wolf Corp. Macrosmoft. I don't know. ITAR is International Traffic and Arms Regulations. I have also not heard of it. I've never really had to contact my IT department either. Never really had tech issues, you know? I know enough to figure things out on my own, typically. Macro small, but no Rust. People are nice, so it's not a bank. I wonder. Well, Microsoft does use Rust. That is a thing that they use. Especially recently. Fortnite. Epic Games. Yo, this guy's at Epic Games. And to contact IT to give me local admin. What? Wait, oh, this is okay. We caught a very small fish here. Definitely make sure to release this fish. 293. We already know. Microsoft is the one company that is deconfirmed. Yeah, but what if I made that up? What if I made up that story? Just to make you all confused. To convince you that I'm not working at Microsoft. Wouldn't that be a thing? They're trying to take away our local admin privileges. I mean, I guess it makes sense. Don't believe because you would be complaining about Teams right now. That is also true. You know, all the times that I said Zoom or like Google Meet, I would have been saying Teams instead. Yeah, that is true. Even when I did the interview like at Microsoft, the first thing we did was complain about Teams. Like even the person who was interviewing me was like, yeah, Teams normally doesn't work. Yeah, just try like reloading. Just try reloading the app. And then I did and it still didn't work. And he was like, alright, whatever, let's just continue. I'm like, man, this sucks. Imagine having to use Teams every day. I guess you probably get used to it, but it's just so bad. The headset isn't working, yeah. Gotta restart Steam. Sorry, by Steam I mean Teams. You ever think about how Teams is like Steam but spelled with like the S's moved around? Think anyone has ever said I'm going to start Steam and then they started Teams instead? When you like shift the letters around in a word. Yeah, single rotation. Rotate left. Shift left. And you get Steam. Or sorry, you get Teams from Steam. Outlook. Man. Well, the recent companies I've worked at, they've all used like the Google suite. I guess it's called Google Workplace now, but it used to be called G Suite. You know, it's kind of nice. We have like a Gmail sort of thing. We have Google Meet. We have Google Docs, Google Spreadsheets. I definitely prefer that over the Microsoft suite. You go take that bath now. Do I watch streams in the bath? I have never done that. I feel like if you were to do that, you would need like a Ziploc bag, right? To put your phone or your iPad. I don't know. It just felt like more effort than I would be willing to put into it. Teams sort of works. Personally, I don't have issues with it. I feel like that's rare. Everyone I've ever known has always had issues with Microsoft Teams. Google Meet. True. Where are they even meeting? Phones usually survive that little bit of water. I don't know. I mean, like, I guess a lot of phones are waterproof nowadays. I haven't really had my phone near water too much. I use Teams, it's pretty much fine. I don't know what I'm missing. Maybe that's why. Because, like, the team's competitors are just so much better. Zoom and... Okay, like, if I were to give a tier list of meeting systems that I've used, Zoom would definitely be at the top. And then Google Meet. And then Teams. But you know what's worse than Teams? WebEx. Have you ever had to use WebEx? That's like a really old legacy, like, screen sharing thing. WebEx. I remember, like, I think one of the first companies I worked at, they use WebEx. Yes, Cisco. It's like, man, they're finally, you know, at least Teams is better than WebEx. I guess it makes sense because, like, WebEx is really old. Technology, it was like the UI is really old. Feels like it was made, it probably was made in the 90s. Or like the early 2000s or something. We used it when I first joined my company, but not anymore. WebEx. GoToMeeting, that sounds familiar. I don't know if I've ever had to use GoToMeeting, but for some reason that sounds familiar. I've never used SharePoint. I don't even really know what SharePoint is. Actually, I think when I interviewed at Microsoft, the person that was interviewing me talked about SharePoint, and I was like, I don't know what that is. He was like, oh yeah, we're building like a I don't know, some sort of internal thing, something about SharePoint, some sort of internal proxy SharePoint. I'm like, I don't know what that is. It's for intranet. Discord was 400 times worse. I see. Skype. I've never used Skype in a professional setting. Actually, I don't know if that's true. I feel like one of the companies that I first joined, when I first started working, I think one of the teams used Skype. The company didn't like settle on a software, so every team used whatever they thought was relevant. I think one of the teams used Skype. Remember HipChat? I don't know if anyone remembers HipChat. This was before Slack. Atlassian had its own chat system called HipChat. Keep it that way, you don't want SharePoint. I assumed that I didn't want SharePoint. I used Skype 10 to 15 years ago for voice chat. Yeah, but like professionally? Also, welcome Leron is cool. Professionally or just like personally? Because I used Skype personally a long time ago. I feel like a lot of people did. Yeah, not professionally. I need to ask Greg something. I have to install Skype. Oh, it's because like back then everyone was in the office. So like there wasn't as much like remote stuff, you know? No, they were on IRC. This was like the engineering team. They were all on IRC. And it was very legacy. And they were like, this is hard to maintain. And then they moved to HipChat. And that's how it is. Actually, I think the current company that I work at, they, a long time ago, probably also used IRC. Not professionally, mainly for MMOs. Yeah, for Skype. Wasn't, like, I feel like when I played MMOs, it was all, like, Ventrilo. Never used Skype for that kind of stuff. What are some other, like, conferencing apps that people use? Like, there's Google Meet, which we use. Zoom, WebEx. I know at Discord, they definitely use Discord for their work stuff. Could you imagine using Discord for work? I feel like it'd be so weird. Maybe it's not that weird, but like, I don't know. When I think of Discord, I just think of like gamers, whatever. But like, thinking about using Discord for work just feels like it shouldn't mix. It's probably okay. Is it though? Is it okay? I don't know. But yeah, I'm pretty sure, like, yeah, definitely at Discord as a company. If you interview at Discord, you're gonna have to do the interview like on using Discord. I've never done it, but I have seen that on their job application page. They definitely use Discord. I feel like Discord could make a version for work and it would be okay. It would need some more features. Didn't they try to do that at some point? Like, I feel like I vaguely remember something where they were trying to appeal to like non-gamers and they had like a whole like branded page that was for like businesses. But like the app is still full of like all gamer lingo and weird wacky stuff. Now from a privacy perspective, but it can't be worse than my impression of Slack. I actually like Slack. I don't know I don't know why I guess a lot of people don't like it because it makes them think of work, but like Slack, for like a work setting, I think Slack is really good, honestly. It works much better than HipChat. I think is better than Discord for work stuff. I mean, I've never used Discord for work stuff, but I could imagine. Slack, I prefer jeans. What? Did I welcome you, Hamflow? I don't remember if I did. I think I did. I thought Slack was professional Discord. No, they're different companies, though. Aren't they different companies? I'm pretty sure they're different companies. Discord is just owned by Discord, the company. Slack is owned by Slack, the company. Your messaging solution should be on-prem. Is there an actual on-prem solution left? I don't know. Slack for businesses. Slack Professional. Wasn't Slack an internal tool? What do you mean? I know Amazon has their own internal chat system, right? Any Amazon employees here, I think they use something called Chime. Amazon Chime. I think at one of the companies I worked at, they had like, we would sometimes have to have meetings with people from Amazon for like integrations and stuff like that. And they would always send us meeting invites over Chime. And I've never used it, but apparently it never worked. Slack was created as an internal tool for another company? I have no idea. Chime. You wanted to post GIFs and stuff. I don't know. I'm sure there's some like really bad chat software out there that people have to use. But you know, the main ones are Teams and Slack. Some people use Rocket Chat. Matrix, some people use Matrix. Yeah, Microsoft, they use Xbox Live Priority Chat. No, they use Teams. I know, because they made Teams. Definitely, that's what they use. Animal Crossing. Yo, get on PictoChat. Remember PictoChat, everyone? You had like 4 different rooms. Element. That sounds familiar. Isn't Element the same as Matrix? Or isn't Element the company that makes Matrix? Something like that. Welcome, Dice Go. IRC. Waiting for startups that use Discord. There definitely are. I'm sure like gaming companies probably might use Discord, right? Maybe. Some open source communities use Discord, which I don't like. But also I don't participate in their chats, so it's like whatever. It's a client. Oh yeah, yeah. Class trip in the bus, PictoChat was the GOAT. When I was in school, back when the DS was a thing, no one used PictoChat. Actually, barely anyone at my school had the original DS. Wait, that's not true. Okay, when the DS first came out, no one had it. But they definitely were not using PictoChat. Yeah, the large DS. Isn't it weird that the original DS wasn't, like, symmetrical? Right? When you think of the 3DS, you're like, okay, it makes sense. The hinge closes, like, onto itself. When you think of, like, the original DS, it was like the top wasn't even, like... You know, the bottom was like this. And there was, like, a little, like, indentation. Hold on. Right? It's weird. Like, why was it like this? Why didn't they just make it close nicely on itself? Simply don't know. But then, you know, you got the DS Lite. They did it correctly. Right, this was such a weird shape. Chonker. Clicky D-pad. Looks like a truck. It was surprising to me. Anyway, those were the days. Look, the bear's back. Once again, it's right there. I'm not even going to zoom in. You can just imagine the bear. Anyway. Ow. Imagine using Discord for work. I didn't realize that you could... Discord apparently supports multiple accounts, which I guess makes sense. Because I was like, imagine you worked at Discord. Like, would they... If you had, like... If you used your personal account as the same account as your work account, that'd be weird. But no, they have multiple accounts. So presumably, if you work at Discord, you make a separate work Discord account. And then you get to switch between the two. That is a thing that you can do. But I don't use Discord that much, so I've never had to do it. But hypothetically, you could. You could do it. No bear. Do they have Discord outages at Discord? Surely they do. Presumably. Try hard to keep my work life and nerd life separate. Exactly. Remember when they had that 0 day affecting WebMs? I don't remember. I remember they had some sort of bug where if you posted like a WebM that changed size, you could cause it to like stretch and squash the entire chat history. That was a thing for like a few days or a week. It must be weird though. Like if you work on a chat app, like imagine deploying something that breaks the chat app. And then like how are you going to communicate with when your chat app is broken? You think they have like a backup Slack that they use in case Discord is down? Working at like a what about when Slack is down? What do they do? You think they have like a backup Discord? Maybe. Actually, I remember at one of the companies I worked at, we used to use HipChat, and I think we did have like a backup Discord once for times when Slack was sorry, when HipChat was down. It was weird though, because like it was weird because all the things were, everything on Discord was so gamer focused. You know, like when someone joins a channel and Discord has this wacky thing that's like, instead of saying, hey, Dawn just joined the server, it says something like, John slithered in. John was summoned. John exited from his cave and entered the room. It was so weird. And then like, I think one of the messages when someone joined was like, John just slithered in, and we all just made fun of that for like forever. We were just like, haha, this guy slithered in, huh? It's so unprofessional. Also, welcome Freckleen. They do the crazy thing and call people from their phone number. That doesn't happen. How are you supposed to have multiple people conversating when there's only 2 people on the phone call? Slytherin. I still feel like Discord should have an option to like remove all the wacky stuff from their website, from their app, you know? I don't want to see, you know, when you grant permissions to an app, it's like, this app will have permission to view your profile picture and to do this. It will not have permission to make you a sandwich. I'm just like, I don't know, that's just weird. Because like the first time I ever got one of those like notification requests, I like specifically like looked up. No, it's not just fun. I was legitimately confused. There was like the first time I ever got that notification that was like, this app would like to request these things and it will not have access to this thing. The third thing was like something that you could realistically be like, okay, this is something that maybe it could request. It wasn't like so wacky. And then I looked online for it and there was nothing. And I was like, what is this permission that it's not being requested? And then it requested permission again. And then there was some wacky thing like it will make you a sandwich. And I was like, okay, I get it. But also like, I don't like it. Why? Why do this? Why make things complicated, you know? Just have an option to disable all the fun. I don't want to use Discord for fun. Okay, I do, but like, I don't want the UI to be fun. And has anyone here looked at Discord's job application website? Have you freaking seen this? Here, let's go to Discord careers. If you try to like apply for Discord, which I have done, I've never received a response, but I've tried it before. If you try to apply, you look at their application process. Okay, like this looks normal, right? But look at what happens when you have an invalid form. Messages such as, hey, your email is invalid, fix it please. Location, please fill me with letters, I'm lonely. Resume, like, I don't know, it's just like, why can't you just have regular messages, like, you know, just be like, please enter a valid email, please enter a valid city. Why does it have to be, please fill me with letters, I'm lonely? Strange. Yeah, the fund should be from users. Did they not have a hiring freeze? They laid off a bunch of people. So I think it was better that they didn't, that I didn't interview with Discord, because like, what if back then when I got laid off from a company, if I applied to Discord and I actually got the job, and then several months later they did a bunch of layoffs, and I'm like, maybe it's better that I didn't, didn't get there. Don't like when social media gets cute. Yeah, it's just like, it's a bit much. If I were applying, I would be tilted, but outside of that, it's kind of fun. Maybe I just don't enjoy fun. I just want the website and app to be as neutral as possible. To just like, if the fun, as someone mentioned, should come from the users, right? I think that's how I think. The wackiness should be inherent with the people that use the service. The UI should just be doing its thing. But you know, it's a difference in opinions. But you could also argue that all the other apps are like too professional. And that, you know, oh man, Discords, they're just having fun. They are. Maybe I'm just grumpy. As someone who doesn't enjoy fun. Man, I hate fun. Imagine having fun. It's messed up. Being too professional at least doesn't ick me out. Yeah. It's like, it's what you expect, you know? Things are too wacky, you don't know what to expect. Old man yells at Cloud. There's a Cloud right there. There's a Cloud, a Final Fantasy VII remake. Cloud, he's in there. That's a game that exists. Also, the Steam sale is happening. Did you all see this? I opened up Steam today, and it was like, games are on sale again, and I'm like, oh man, already? I gotta like buy something, I guess. So maybe I will purchase some games to play. Which games, I'm not sure. But something suitable for stream. Gameplay. Is anyone here buying games? Anyone here paying money for video games in this Steam sale? What are some good games? Supermarket Sim. You know, I've seen more people playing Supermarket Simulator recently. Void Stranger. Backpack Battles. Oh yeah, that thing came out of early access, right? It's like, it's gotten its full release. Apparently it's pretty good. I don't know. I don't know what else to buy. What's even on there? Steam. The Steam store. Nalitro. Look at how anime their splash pages. It's anime right there. Look at that. They got references to Portal. Is that a dog? See this? Is that a dog over there? Got a Steam Deck. Can you identify all of these games? Does anyone know what they're referencing here? There's a deer. There's a deer right there. There's a cat. There's a horse. Some kind of music game, perhaps. Another cat. Gordon Freeman from Half-Life, 40% off. Portal 2. Antichamber. Let's all buy the same game. Yeah, it is so anime. I think they've been doubling down on their anime promos recently. Like, you compare this one, there was like a previous one that had like... What was it, like a Thanksgiving sale or something? The autumn sale, whatever. It had some anime in it. This one's so anime. What's the theming here? Yo, Dragon Ball. Some good games. Frog Island. It's on sale. Shenzhen IO is on sale. Many people seem to enjoy this game. What if I played that game? What if I played a Zachtronics video game on stream? And I just got really confused. It's possible. Do it. Does anyone here enjoy Shenzhen IO? Katamari, yeah, you could buy a Katamari game. McDonald's anime. Well, like it's McDonald's Japan, so like that's not too surprising. Everyone is kind of weeb except for simulation people and grungy RTS. No, what about... Okay, I guess first-person shooters are also kind of anime. Somewhat. It's difficult. Zachtronics have a lot of good solitaire games. Solitaire? What the? You could do Opus Magnum or MHRD. I have not heard of those. Oh, the Human Resource Department, right, that I've heard of that one. I beat the base game, and then immediately got my butt kicked the first puzzle of the post game. Did I welcome you, Fotato? I don't know if I did. Shenzhen IO. It went global. Oh, the McDonald's. Oh, the WcDonald's thing. I thought you were talking about the fries with the Nyan Cat song. Yeah, the WcDonald's thing. Apex feels weeby, so does Valorant, because that's where all the e-couples go. COD is not very anime. Doesn't Call of Duty have some like anime gun skins though? Or am I confusing that with something else? Also, yeah, how did Valorant get so like normie? I don't know if that's the right word for it, but like, what's the deal with Valorant? Why it's so like normalized now? It's where all the it's because League is normie. I see. I guess that makes sense. It's League with voice chat. No, it's Counter-Strike, but with something. Zachtronics is all about programming. Well, Shenzhen and TIS 100 feature literally writing code. The rest are more fantastical programming that might be more visually interesting. I think I have seen the Human Resource Company one. I could understand it. A lot of people go to Valorant if they get tired of League. Oh, so that's why. League is less stressful. I mean, I probably would be awful at Valorant, considering I'm not really good at FPS in general. But I've had no interest in playing it. I could try it, yeah, but I don't want to. Why would I want to try Valorant? Especially because since I'm playing it through OBS, it's like it's got the, you know, we've all established it's got 2 to 3 frames of input lag. Every time I play like an FPS on stream, I realize that the delay is more than I thought originally. Like, it's not so bad for like, you know, games like, you know, Fishin' or platformers. But for FPS games, it really does make a difference. Like when I played TF2 on stream, I used to be like not bad at it. But when I played it on stream, like it's because when I used to play it normally, it wasn't through OBS. I had like an actual gaming PC that was connected to my main monitor. But then, you know, when you play it through OBS, it's got delay, you can't move around as fast. Right. And I already don't have a good reaction speed. My reaction speed is like pretty slow even then. And you add that with the delay from OBS, it's a lot. April Fool's FPS. Oh yeah, I guess April Fool's Day is coming up soon, huh? I have not planned anything for that. I will probably just stream as normal. Unless it's on a Sunday, in which case I will not be streaming. April 1st is on a Monday. Okay, so I will be streaming. I have no ideas for that. I probably won't do anything. I don't think I've ever really done anything for April Fool's, like during streaming at least. Yeah, like I've never done any of that. Clown Simulator, Balatro. Would that be appropriate for April Fool's Day? Because it's got jokers? It could. You can also play a non-violent FPS like Lovely Planet. I have never heard of that game. Actually, I feel like as far as OBS delay goes for games, for Splatoon it didn't really make much of a difference because like Splatoon, doesn't really have hit scan weapons besides like the sniper. So like a little bit of delay. It was fine. They have 2 floating monitors and they're different sides. Wolfie RTS. StarCraft. No, I would be awful. I tried playing StarCraft 2 once, not on stream, but like, you know, just for fun. And it was very hard. And I don't think my brain can handle it. Hits can. Sure hope so. Whoa, why would they do that to the can? Being bad at StarCraft is part of the fun. Not for me. I don't think I even had fun. I was just like, yeah, this is not enjoyable for me. You know, there's some games where it's like, okay, although I'm bad at this, I am having fun. But when I played StarCraft 2, I was like, yeah, I'm like not enjoying this. For me, it's like more fun to watch than it is to play. Yeah, single player. I was just doing the campaign. And even then I was like, I don't really like this. It was kind of fun. I could see it being fun, but personally, I think it's just not for me. Being bad at RTS games is part of the fun of watching. Don't want Wolfie to be a stone-faced Korean with 500 APM. No. I just don't enjoy it. I do like watching it though. Like I used to watch StarCraft 2 tournaments many years ago. It might have even been 10 years ago at this point. I like RTS that have pause, which kind of makes them not RTS anymore. Just strategy. Not even real-time strategy. Pokemon? I don't think I will play a Pokemon game. I have like no interest. It's just not enjoyable for me. Sometimes tune into StarCraft tournaments even now and it's still fun to watch. I feel like I haven't seen, I guess because I'm not looking for it, but I haven't really seen too much StarCraft. Are they still doing StarCraft 2 tournaments? Because I remember like when I used to watch them, I feel like the StarCraft 2 scene like kind of died down. And then they did a release of like StarCraft 1 remastered and then everyone like played that instead. ESL still does. I see. I don't know. I feel like, yeah, StarCraft 2 is not... Everyone's just going back to StarCraft 1. Warcraft 3 is almost a top-down RPG if you play the campaign. Too bad the OG version's gone forever. What? How could it be gone? How could they do that? I saw IEM. Katowice. How do you pronounce it? Katowice. I remember. I know that place because that's where they held the StarCraft tournaments. Actually, when I used to watch StarCraft 2 tournaments, I think like one of my favorite players was Polt. You all remember Polt? The Terran player? And then he had to, since he was Korean, he had to like do the military service. And then he just like, you know, he had to disappear for like a year or whatever. I remember Polt. Is he back? It's been many years, so presumably he's done with his military service. But I have not kept up with StarCraft. I pronounced it right. I knew it. Katowice. Wasn't Polt the one who went on to become a manager? I did not know that. But I like watching this gameplay. And also the fact that he was like learning English, so it was kind of cool. They called him Captain America. Because he was studying in Texas, I think, or something like that. And then he had to go back to Korea to serve in the military. The OG version. Oh wait, I should hydrate. It is 7 p.m. It has already been 2 hours. As soon as I catch this fish, I will hydrate. But not yet. Not yet. You're posting the emote too early. Is it still light outside? It's not totally dark. There's still a little bit of sunlight. It is nice, you know. Daylight saving. Although we lose an hour of sleep, it does get brighter outside for later. Okay, I'm gonna hydrate right now. Alright. I have hydrated. Baths are nice. I haven't taken a bath in a long time. I've only showered. Anyway, daylight saving? It's nice. I feel like I don't mind going to the office if it's not dark outside after the workday is over. You know, there is something nice about like being done with work and then like going outside and it's like bright outside. You could like take a walk in the park, you could do stuff. But then it's like when it's dark outside and you're done with work, then it's depressing. It's like, man, it's only 4 p.m. and it's already super dark. I have to like walk home in the dark. Take the train home, it's like dark everywhere. Android app stopped letting me chat, but I would like to let you know 10 minutes ago you tried to say Robbie Ribby. Is that a game that's on sale? I would assume so. Back when we were talking about Steam sales and games to play. You could play that. You could play that. Zoe got into taking baths from time to time. I think when I was a kid, when I stayed at my grandparents' place, they did not have a shower, so it was always a bath. But I think since I stopped living with my grandparents, I have not taken a bath. I've only ever showered. Except, when I went to Japan, I think some of the Airbnbs we stayed at did have baths, and I did take a bath. At least once. But otherwise, not really. It's only been showering. The best part about daylight savings is that Yanks switch before we do. For a while now, people stream at slightly more reasonable times. I did notice that. That was one of the first things that was brought up. Ow. But then it goes back to normal in like 2 or 3 weeks. There was a short time where I was doing 12-hour night shifts and was going in when it was dark and leaving when it was dark again. Felt weird. Yeah, that sounds depressing. Would not be a fan of that. Three weeks early streams is nice for Europe. Yeah, imagine though if wait, I know like the US has been wanting to get rid of the daylight savings change. Is Europe doing something like that as well? Or is it like, you know, they're like, oh, if America does it, we'll do it. Because I feel like, you know, the rest of the world should also just get rid of it. I think Mexico doesn't do daylight savings, right? That's a thing. They keep talking about it. Everyone's been trying to get rid of it. I see. I know like Japan doesn't have it. I've talked about this before. But it's like sometimes they have like for anime conventions they have guests fly over from Japan. And since there's a lot of people in Japan that have never experienced daylight savings, if the anime convention takes place over like a daylight savings weekend, sometimes you'll see like the Japanese like, you know, voice actors or whatever, they'll be tweeting like, what the heck? Do you guys know about this? Everyone in Japan, do you know that in the US they changed an hour sometimes? I woke up and I was like, I lost an hour. And then you see all the replies that are like, what? Really? They do that? That's so weird. What the heck? And then all the Americans are like, yeah, they've experienced this for the first time. It's interesting, you know? You think there's like things that we take for granted that other people in other countries, it's like this is weird to them. But that should be the norm. This should be weird. The fact that we change like an hour every few months is like weird. You talk about it, but for us northerners, the times make no sense anyway. What the? Imagine saving daylight. I think Mexico stopped daylight savings time like this year, right? I saw something like that. Hold on, let me check. Mexico DST. DST is no longer in use. The previous DST change in Mexico was on 2022. Is Mexico getting rid of daylight saving time? They stopped doing it in 2022. That's good. Good for them. If only we could do the same thing. So good night, Resetter. Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, Mexico got rid of daylight saving time. Arizona, I think, also doesn't do it. Think of like all the software that would break though. Daylight saving is inherently political and could change at any time. So you have like a system that's like written to consider daylight saving time, and it's not receiving updates from like an online database. Like you think those things will just be wrong forever? You think if you have like a clock that has like somehow has daylight savings time considerations and doesn't connect to the internet, that like one day someone's like, we're gonna abolish it, and then we get rid of it, and then suddenly the time is just wrong forever. If they abolish daylight saving, do you get back all the daylight they've been saving? No, you get it back when the second half of the year happens, right? That's what you're saving the daylight for, is to use it at a different time. Your oven is wrong right now. They can make the oven be right forever. Also true. Think of all the hours of labor that we would save. You know, people having to manually change their clocks. Imagine the people owning clock shops. People that, you know, sell analog watches and stuff like that. They would have to change. Clocks drift all the time. That is true. The clock on this PC is always off. I have to always manually click to sync the time. Once we get rid of daylight savings, we can get rid of that pesky leap year. I don't think we can, though. I think leap years are necessary. It's just how it is. Offline clocks are already way off if they've never been calibrated. It's true. Sometimes like the analog clock in my house is wrong. It's because like the battery starts dying and then it starts slowing down. What's confusing is sometimes when like when my analog clock is faster than usual. Like, I understand it being slower than usual. It's like if the battery's dying out, it makes sense. It wouldn't update as much. But like, why does it sometimes get faster? That confuses me. You're leaping. Yeah, daylight savings is totally unnecessary. Make 1231 a quarter of a day longer, spread it out across those 4 years. I think that'd be more confusing. Slow the earth. Yeah, you could also just not adjust your clock so that the next time daylight saving occurs, it'll be correct. Also, I noticed some people have been saying daylight savings with an S. That's wrong. Even though it sounds more correct, it is actually daylight saving time. Not sure if you were aware of this, nerd emoji. Actually, it's daylight saving. Now you know. Now you know. God, I've highlighted everything. What happened? What's going on here? I accidentally highlighted all of the text. Oscillators are never perfect. But what if they were? What if instead of being bad... Oh yeah, I should be going into nighttime mode. I forgot about this. See, okay, now it's dark outside. I'm looking outside, I see there's no light. So I will also enter nighttime mode to accurately reflect reality. This is due to voltage fluctuations and jitter due to temperature compensation. What about particles from space? That happens, right? That's when it happens to PCs, storage containers. Radiation from space flips a bit. Something similar could happen with clocks. Maybe. If daylight saving gets removed, there will be some high-end luxury watches that suddenly drop in value. Why? Are you saying that they're luxury because they are considering daylight saving? Clocks are not bit-based. Yeah, but surely it has some effect, though. Not the exact same thing. But radiation does something. Possibly. Inductive coupling. I don't even know what that is. Anyway, there's many things to consider. Mechanical watches that are able to take daylight savings into account automatically. But how does that happen? I feel like it'd be really complicated. They would have... Doesn't it also assume that you live in a specific country, though? Because, like, what if you get the watch, and then... I guess you would have to consider that anyway, right? If you travel... I like how digital watches... Like, if you're on your phone, if you move to a different time zone, I like that it automatically compensates for that, you know? Like, if you take a plane and you land in Japan, suddenly your phone is like, hey, you're in Japan. Let's update the time to be accurate. But, like, if you were using, like, an analog watch, you would have to manually adjust it. Also, I didn't realize this past weekend was daylight saving until literally, like, right before I went to bed. Normally, I feel like I normally am aware of this, like, at least a few days in advance. But then, like, I didn't realize until I saw someone tweet about it, and I was like, wait a second, that's today? Or actually, no, that might have been on... That was on NanoDance stream. I found out it was gonna be daylight savings because of NanoDance stream. Someone mentioned it, and it was like, it was literally midnight. And I was like, wait, that's today? And then I found out. Spent the past month researching this because of work. Have to look at the real-time clock of a pacemaker. I think that makes sense. That you would be aware of oscillators. We couple because we are worse off alone. Magic. The Gathering. People out here gathering magic. Yeah, that's anyway. Good times out here today. Look at those stars. What else has been happening? Like in the past 2 days? Anything? Oh yeah, they're banning TikTok. You see that? They voted that they may ban TikTok. I only knew because I kept getting tweets in my recommendeds that were like, why should they not ban TikTok? Post a TikTok to show why they shouldn't ban TikTok. Countrywide, yeah, in the US. I think they were like, TikTok would have to sell to a non-Chinese company or something. Otherwise it would be banned in the US. And then everyone's like, man, why would they do that? But I feel like, haven't they been trying to do this like forever? Or maybe it was like on the state level. I remember like maybe a few years ago, there were some talks about like some states banning TikTok. Was it Nevada? I don't know. But this one's like countrywide. Sending TikTok to Oracle. That wouldn't make any sense. But like, who would have enough money to buy TikTok though? TikTok is like, they make a lot of money. Doesn't make sense. Does it make sense? Oracle doesn't do. How does that make sense? They were in the running for Oracle. They were trying to buy TikTok. How does that fit? How does that make any sense? I mean, I know that they were doing it, I guess, apparently. But like, how does that align with their interests? I don't know. They're raising money so they can buy TikTok for cheap. What if Tumblr purchased TikTok? I guess they wouldn't have the money to do it. Like, how much do you think it would cost even to buy TikTok? And what companies would even have the money for that? Right, like Facebook would. I guess Meta. Probably. Google would have enough money. Apple. I don't know. But that would be interesting. We will see in the next few months or years how that turns out for them. What if the New York Times purchased TikTok? What if some unexpected company purchased TikTok? You know, like something that doesn't do technology or social media at all. Like what if like the Michelin tire company purchased it? You know, the company, what if Yamaha, Samsung, you know, Yamaha, they make a lot of different products. They're just like, let's also do TikTok. I guess that's a Japanese company. Okay, I think the thing was that they would need to sell it to an American company. Oracle. No, but Oracle does technology. What if they just sold it to like the Heinz Ketchup Corporation? You know, they've been innovating on their ketchup designs. Social media shouldn't be run by governments, but in ideal world, it would be the right place to host them. If you could trust the government. Neopet should buy it. They don't have the money for that. Yeah, ketchup design. Did you miss the stream where we were talking about the ketchup designs? The ketchup dispensers. Revolutionary technology that they have nowadays. Not dispenser. I guess a bottle of ketchup is technically a dispenser. You should buy TikTok. I don't have the money for that. Also, I have no interest in owning TikTok. I remember. Remember last time I was looking for a job and then I was like, I got a recruiter from TikTok asking me if I was interested in interviewing, and then we looked at the role. And I don't think they use Rust. Dispensers should only give out health, ammo, and metal. Not ketchup? You think dispensers should not give ketchup? Pez dispensers. Are they even public? TikTok? I don't know. I mean, it's owned by ByteDance, right? In China? I don't know. I don't have the money to buy TikTok. What about Cover Corporation? Oh yeah, Cover Corporation is opening a branch in the US, right? Did you all see that? HoloLive, the owners. Cover USA. Yeah, USA, like the rabbit. USA, the Japanese word for rabbit. Yeah, they're gonna buy TikTok. For merch fulfillment. No, it wasn't it for like, Actually, I didn't actually read what it was. Well, wasn't it like actually, like not just merch, but other stuff as well? Okay, it is merch. Never mind. I did not read the thing. I was just assuming. Yeah, what if they buy TikTok? Also, they're getting killed by that conversion rate, right? The Japanese yen is not doing so well. It's like you think they would like wait for a time when the yen is stronger. But maybe it'll never get stronger. Ever think about that? Ever look at the price, the comparison between yen and USD, and be like, yeah, it's totally gonna go back up at some point. Or I guess down. It'll totally get back to 100 yen per USD at some point, and then it doesn't. And it might never do so. With a US office, they will just operate without the conversion. That is also true. They could also then actually, does it? Okay, so like Cover Corporation is in Japan and they get paid by YouTube presumably in yen. But would they lose out on the conversion rate both ways? Because like people are super chatting in US dollars. It goes to YouTube. YouTube pays that money as yen to Cover Corporation. And then Cover Corporation presumably pays that yen to its VTubers in USD if they're in the US, right? Would they just be like losing out on the conversion rate both times? I don't know. Maybe. ByteDance is private, but they have Chinese government officials on the board. I see. That's why accountants are important. Yeah, what are the tax implications of this? Would they just be paid in USD? And then not have to convert both ways? I don't know. I misread that. I thought you said outside of tax evasion. You know, when you look at the word season from the corner of your eye, it kind of does look like evasion. It has many of the similar letters. If the S was a V and was moved over and there was an I added. Tax evasion? What? No. But you know, whenever there's like news about stuff, you always see people posting threads on Twitter. People that don't know what they're talking about, but they're pretending like they know. There's one thread that was in my For You page that was like, yo, good news! Now that Cover's gonna have a US office, their talents in the US are not gonna be double taxed. Well, isn't this great for the talent? And then I was like, no, they definitely probably already filled out the tax forms that that I had to do for like to avoid double taxation. And then someone responded with like, hey, I'm not like a Cover employee, but like, you know, you work with the US and you're in Japan or whatever. Typically you have a form they have to fill out to avoid double taxation. And they're like, oh, I mean, I don't know, I didn't know that. Sorry, I just I just thought, you know. It's like, man, why tweet about this? You're just making stuff up. You're like, yeah, totally, they will definitely not be double taxed now, as if they were doing that before. I would be surprised if they did not fill out those tax forms as one of the first things they did to avoid double taxation. Been meaning to tweet more. You could. You could be tweeting right now. Gotta join in when the talk is hot, or less charitably saying incorrect things, gamers engagement. It is true. You do need to be tweeting so that people know that they can trust your opinion on things. Even if you don't know what you're saying, you could pretend like you do. And then people will be like, yeah, I haven't looked into this, but I think their viewpoint is realistic. And then you get pushed by the algorithm, and then this happens to me all the time. I see a lot of the same people in my YouTube algorithm, sorry, my Twitter algorithm. It's always the same people. I've had to mute some of them, because I was like, this person tweets way too much. It keeps showing up on my For You page, even though I click like not interested to show me less of this. And I'm just like, yeah, I don't know. It's bad and should never be trusted. It's true. I mean, sometimes it's okay. The wholesome guy, that is... I don't see his tweets, but maybe because... I muted him a long time ago because he kept getting recommended to me. But you know, there's other people. There's many people that just reply to things. Let's see, I don't trust my opinion on things, and that's always the correct approach. I don't know enough about burns. You could be reading about burns. Tweet about the journey toward learning is enough to tweet about burns. Yeah, you could be like, you should play Birdle. There's a daily game called Birdle where you identify birds. There's one called Birdie Game as well. You could try to guess what some birds are. The Twitter algorithm is usually good, but sometimes I need to retrain it to show me more art. I don't know. Also, I hope no one here pings at this guy and be like, hopefully this person doesn't watch. He doesn't care about my VODs. Like, what if someone was like, hey, Wolfie talked about you. He says you're muted because you kept showing up in this algorithm. Oh no. I can't believe Wolfie would do. I can't believe Wolfie would mute VTuber fans. Simply for showing their enthusiasm by tweeting about them. Hate that Wolfie guy. He's so negative. He doesn't even tweet anymore. He's just drawing. He's always drawing a Wolfie. So self-centered. Just advertising his own stream. Wolfie hates VTubers. I should respond with make better tweets. It's not like I make good tweets. My tweets are just okay, probably. It's like the same thing. Just like, hey, I'm going live. Hey, here's what I'm streaming today. And then there's some art. The Wolfie doodles. The Aikatsu ones. Sure is a thing. Sure is a thing that happens. Imagine hating VTubers and their fans. I would never. Soup. Birdle. There's Birdle and there's Birdie Game. Apparently Birdie Game is better. But I don't know enough about birds to answer any of this. Soup. What kind of soup? Does everyone have a favorite soup? I don't know if I do. What is the best soup that you have ever had? I don't know if I can name one that would be the best soup. Don't even know. Default soup. I don't know. The only soup I can think of is French onion soup. Chicken noodle soup. Gazpacho. I don't know if I've ever had gazpacho. A lobster bisque. That sounds nice. I don't even really know what a bisque is. What even is a bisque? Isn't that the band? Isn't that what they sell at Popeyes that people say is really dry? The bisque. The Sahara Desert bisque. It's a joke. We joke here. Just a funny thing. Sometimes when words sound like other words, it's funny. Do you think curry is a soup? At what point is something too solid to be a soup? You think there's like a specific cutoff point? Like, most people would not say that curry is a soup. However, like, what if you added more liquid to it? At what point does it stop being that? I guess it would be curry soup. But, like, at what point does it stop just being regular curry and start being a soup? Dad usually makes some saffron, white wine, soup, seafood soup. Lentil soup. I see. Kept reading Napa cabbage as Nampa cabbage. That does mean something else. That has a definition in Japanese. Yogurt consistency. Okay, at what point does it start being not yogurt? It stops being soup when you can use it as an add-on to rice or potatoes. I guess that makes sense. It's not soup if you could eat it with a fork. How many people are eating curry with a fork, though? I don't know. I guess you could. That is, you could. It does stick together enough. Yeah, there's some thick soups. I guess I could look it up. When does something stop? What percent is soup? I don't know if this is a valid question. What percent? When does it? When does it stop? When does soup What is soup? What is the threshold for soup? Soup threshold. Yo, there's a question on Reddit in r/no stupid questions. What's the threshold for soup? When does water become soup? Okay, but this is about okay, no real question, no real answers here. If you put soup in a freezer, does it stop being soup? Yeah, or does it just become frozen soup? People could be eating the rice with a fork and curry on the rice. No, I just mean like on its own though. Like sometimes you can eat curry with just a fork. Like if it's thick enough that it just like stays together at least a little bit. It's valid. Onion, carrots, celery? I've never seen celery spelled like that. Parsley root got sweated in some olive oil as a base. Put that into water. Some cabbage. Tofu. Ginger. Who eats curry on its own? People that have no rice. I mean, like, you know, sometimes you just do it. I mean, you have rice. You're not eating the entire curry without the rice or naan. But like, sometimes you just taste the curry on its own without anything else. And it could stick to the fork. I like reading. I find I can't read. I find reading Wikipedia articles of extremely ordinary things fascinating, sometimes like cooking or refrigeration. What is the most mundane Wikipedia article? Text. Can we read about text? Plain text. Text file. Text, a Swedish band. Copy written. Text display. Soup. Can we read about soup? What does Wikipedia have to say about soup? Yeah, they have quite a bit of quite a lot of references here to soup. Tearing open one of those curry pouches and slurping it down like Go-Gurt. Yo, they should have that actually. Wouldn't that be cool if they had like a Go-Gurt except it was curry? They could do that. Chicken broth I put in the freezer is soup, but to the unaware, it might be chicken ice cream. No, but is there cream in there though? The chair one is pretty good. An article about chairs? We can read about that. Chair. Chair. Chairs do have extensive history. And you know what? It is so expected that they put this chair here. This is like one of the most well-known chairs. The world's most common plastic chair. The monoblock chair. Everyone knows this one. Classic. Text must be extremely underground as they do not even have an article in their own language. Messed up, man. Virgil chair. This chair is like the peak of design because you could stack it. It's created to be a well stackable. Cream of chicken soup. High Japanese court repealed the ban on gay marriage. How high were they? We will never know. Okay, it is about the time that I normally end my stream. However, I will play New York Times connections, as I do tend to do nowadays. We have to know what the connections are today. And what are they? Oh yeah, today's Pi Day. Pi Day new winner. No, I think I saw a spoiler on Twitter. Something with like 3 words. 3 letters, I mean. Pigeons made milk? Cream of pigeon? What the? Sorry, chicken. Pretty sure they weren't high. I don't know. Okay, let's see. What are the connections here? Spike, serve, set, bump. This is volleyball. Volleyball terms. Smash, Smash Bros, Super Smash Bros. Winner, gaming terminology. Row. You could row a boat. You could hit Jello. Are there any other things that in the end with the Jello? Daddy-o. Some people say that. Like hipsters, right? What's the term for those beatniks? Jello. Rat. Sometimes the puke birds feed their young with isn't actually vomit, but milk. They still puke it up though. I see. Okay, sorry. Gel, success, new, Jackie, Day, Dayo, is that a thing? Smasho, Pio, Muo, Gel. What the heck is gel? J-E-L-L. Oh, maybe jelly? Jelly. I don't know. Day. New. New. This is hard. Does anyone know? Success? To win. When you are a success... Oh, a smash hit? When something is a smash, it's like a successful thing sometimes. Success. It's a hit, you know, it's like a box office hit. Success. A winner? This has gotta be something, right? Box office victory, okay. Pie. Smashed and slammed. Jackie Chan. Jackie Robinson. Jackie... I don't know. I don't know. Jackie Chan. Jelly. Jello. Gelling. Pie. Moo. Dairy. Row. Does anyone know? I'm just gonna give up. You know, I don't know. We spent enough on this. I'm just tell me the one away. Hold on. Gel new jelly. Gel new Jackie Day. That is one away from something. Gel new. Okay, what do these have in common? Row. New. We do have 3 guesses remaining. Gel. Okay, then these 4 also have 3 in common. Homophones of Greek letters. Moo? New? What? Wait, oh wait, that was a thing. The dash O, that was a thing? Okay, Jello, Daddy-O. I didn't know people say Deo. Jackie O? Jackie O. Welcome, Domot now. Moo, new, pie. Whoa. Day-O. People say Jackie-O. Wasn't that the pose that all the artists were drawing? The Jackie-O pose. Anyway, let's see what day it is. Having fun fishing? We are not fishing. Okay, what is today? Today's Pie Day. National Potato Chip Day. Pie Day. Pie in Bake a Pie in Solidarity Day. Crowdfunding Day. Dog Theft Awareness Day. Don't be a victim of dog theft. Protect your fur babies from criminals. Dribble to Work Day. Ask a Question Day. Day of Action for Rivers. Mathematics. Legal Assistance Day. Learn about Butterflies Day. Write Your Story Day. Save a Spider Day. Popcorn Lovers Day. There's a lot of days today. Albert Einstein's birthday. White Day. Did they not list Pi Day here? No, they did, right? Pi Day is there. We could do Pi Day raid if we want. Potato Chip Day may also be a good day, but I feel like everyone's gonna understand Pi Day. We could say Pi Day raid. You could. Is there a pie emoji? You could post that. You could post that with the eating emoji if you want. Anyway, who's streaming? You could watch ChocoJax is doing Super Mario 64 speedruns. You may already be watching that. You are probably already there, even. But let's see, who do I raid though? It sure is Pie Day now. It sure is the day of pie. Who's out here streaming though? Michael Hunt is streaming? Is he ending his stream? He's been streaming for 9 hours. I think he is ending his stream. He said 10 hours. Everyone's saying thank you for stream. Okay, we're not raiding because he is about to end his stream. What about someone else? About Twilly. Okay, Michael has raided ChocoJax. What the? I clicked on the wrong stream. Hey, that's HC Justin. It's not who I meant to click. Pi Day. Okay, let's see. What about Twilly? Okay, so we could raid Twilly. I have not raided Twilly before. Alright. Well, that's it for today. I will be back tomorrow with Picross S2. And then after that, on Saturday, I will be playing some games. I have not decided what games I'll be playing. But I will be playing something. Possibly even multiple things. At least one thing will be played. And then that'll be it for the week. And then next week, it'll be, you know, we'll go back to normal. I will not have to go to the office next week. So I will most likely be streaming the typical days. Monday through Saturday. Balatro. I will be playing Balatro off stream, as usual. Definitely. Maybe I'll stream Balatro next week as well. I don't know. Ball. Who's out here balling? Backseating Balatro is fun. It's true. Anyway, the raid's going. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.